You may think that once you hit midlife, the brain fog, the aches and pains, and the belly fat are all just part of the game and something to suffer through. But it doesn't have to be like this. 4 years ago, my husband and I refused to believe that this would be our future. We adopted a set of frameworks that we use every day, and I'm going to show you those frameworks today. They've allowed me to lose 30 pounds. My husband has lost 80 pounds, and we've kept it off. You can do this too. Let's get into it. So, framework number one is fasting. We intermittent fast pretty much every day, and you don't have to go to this length of fast. We do an 18-6, 16-8 is very common. You could easily fast for 12 hours as a starting point if you've never done this before, or even a 14-hour fast would be fantastic. Try one of those for a month and see the benefits that it can give you. When you fast, you have clarity of mind. You are very productive at work. First of all, you don't have to worry about breakfast. It's just amazing. The amount of time that you have in your day when you're doing fasting, you feel like you're not a slave to food anymore. So what I would suggest for you is just try to bump back your breakfast by 1 hour every week and see how you feel. You're going to be drinking black coffee or black tea or lots and lots of water, and you're going to stay busy. And before you know it, time has gone by and it might be 11 a.m. and you're like, wow, I actually did this. You got to take stock of how you felt, right? I would highly suggest journaling this. I never had a journal. I wish I had. Then I could go back over things and see how my progression worked. But grab a journal, bump your breakfast back by an hour each week, and just see how you feel. You'll feel amazing. So framework number one is fasting. Let's move on to framework number two. Okay, sorry for the venue change. Something happened to that segment of video. So redoing the food section. Talking about food, you want to focus on protein, and you want to focus on not eating all day long. So just giving you example for myself, I don't start eating until usually 11:30 or noon. I have a nice big lunch, high protein, very low carb lunch, almost keto style lunch, keeping the carbs really, really low. No snacking in the afternoon. If I feel like I really need to have a snack, it's going to be like a handful of nuts and maybe a little chunk of cheese. Dinner time, high protein again. I can ease up on the carb limits at that point because I haven't hardly had any today, right? So I try to keep my carbs under 100 grams a day. Now, you're going to want to get some education as to how many carbs are in the foods that you love to eat. You're probably going to be shocked as to how many are in there. And why low carb? Well, I feel so much better when I am not eating high carb. I used to have restless legs at night on the couch. Every night I'm wondering, why can I not stop moving my legs? When we started this whole thing and we were doing keto, I didn't have it anymore. And today still, when I have a lower carb meal, I do not have restless legs. So that's something to look into. Now, mind you, that was just my experience, okay? Now, no snacking during the afternoon because I'm really full from lunch, like I said. No snacking after dinner. So then if I'm done dinner at 7, I can have a really nice long fast, and the next morning I'm not hungry until I break my fast at 11 or noon or whenever I want to. The best thing about this with your food is that you don't feel like you're a slave to food any longer. You can eat very few times a day. You're giving your gut that break that it needs, and you're giving your body a chance to heal. Okay, so I hope this helps with food. Let's move on to drink. You're not going to be wanting to drink juices and a lot of milk and things that are high calorie. Focus on water and sparkling water. There's a lot of sparkling water these days that has great flavors to it. Like I'm thinking bubbly, and I live in Canada, so we have PC sparkling water that has all kinds of really, really nice flavors. So you're not adding extra calories to your day. Continue to drink black coffee if you like it. I mean, at this point, once you've started eating, you can have some milk in your coffee, but just try to keep that to a minimum because When you're fasting, if you are having milk with your coffee or cream in your coffee throughout your day, you're still going to want to have that cream in your coffee while you're fasting. So I would suggest to just start getting used to drinking it black. Now, I have a little hack. I put a couple ice cubes in my coffee. It takes the bitterness out, and it's made me really, really like black coffee. In fact, I won't even go back to having milk in my coffee anymore because I just enjoy it now. It took me a long time, but I really enjoy black coffee. Now, as far as alcohol is concerned, you're going to want to have clear liquor, which is fairly low carb actually. You want to have light beer like Miller Lite or Michelob Ultra. They have very few carbs in them. And you're going to want to mix your alcohol with, once again, soda, sparkling water, put a little squeeze of lemon or lime in there, and you'll be amazed at how better you feel the next day when you're not drinking craft beers and you're not having heavy wines. So for wine, try to choose as low sugar as possible. So 2 to 3 grams of sugar per liter is they're my go-tos. Once again, low carb beers, clear liquors, sparkling waters, low carb wines. All right, let's get into framework number 3. Okay, framework number 3 is all about movement. Now, before I get into framework 3, if you are liking what you are hearing so far and you're getting some value out of this video, I would love you to click like and subscribe and even go so far as share this with a friend you know is crying out for this information today. This information has been crucial for my success. These frameworks have helped me every single day. Like I said earlier, we have lost the weight, we have kept it off. Nothing fancy involved here. It's all about just putting the frameworks into place. So if you're loving what you're hearing so far, smash that like button, hit subscribe, share with a friend. Okay, framework number 3. It's all about movement. Now, gone are the days where you're going to be getting away with just not moving throughout the day. Now, I know that your day might be busy, everybody's working, but if you can find time before work to do even a walking workout, let's do some zone 2 cardio, a nice brisk walk for 30 minutes. Man, what a great start to your day. Let's say it's on the treadmill, it's at the gym, or it's outdoors. Right now it's summertime and it's easy to go out before work because it's daylight, like at 6 a.m., which is lovely. But if you don't have time before work, you need to make time after work for sure. You need to dedicate yourself to some walking every day. You want to get brisk about it. You want to move, okay? So movement is so good for you. First of all, it's great for your mental health. Secondly, it just provides your body with that therapy that it needs, okay? So I would highly suggest walking, and lifting weights twice a week would be great. Let's try once a week for starters. Give yourself 20 minutes and just lift some heavy things, like lift some 10-pound weights, lift 20 pounds if you can, get a kettlebell, get a medicine ball, make a workout if you want to. Now, I have a workout that I have created that does me just fine. It's a two circuit workout. So each circuit takes about, I would say, about 7 minutes, and I have a 2-minute rest in between. I do 6 exercises, and some of them involve planks, and most of them involve lifting. So I do 2 of those, and I feel fantastic. So doing that twice a week, you'll be amazed at how great you feel. So whether it's walking or lifting weights or whatever activity that you love, please make it part of your daily habit. And then after a week or 2 go by, you will be angry if you don't get in that walk or if you don't get in that weightlifting session. So the more you do it, the more of a habit you make it, the more amazing you will feel. So that was framework number 3, movement. Now, before I get into framework number 4, I'm wondering what you think framework 4 might be. Well, framework 4 has to do with your mindset. You can't do any of this if your mind is not in the right place, if you're not ready to make these changes. So let's get into framework number 4, mindset. Okay, we're almost near the end. Framework number 4 is about mindset. So mindset is a funny thing. In midlife, there's so many things being thrown at you. You feel rotten. You feel like you can't drink and eat the things that you used to and get away with them anymore. In fact, you can't do that hard cardio that you used to, like go for a really hard run every other day of the week and not feel all those aches and pains afterward. Yes, things are changing. You can't go about life like you used to. So this is actually a perfect time for you to make these changes. You have to think, what do you want your retirement to look like? Me, I want to travel the world. I want to scale mountains. I want to scuba dive. I want to snorkel. I want to rock a bikini still. I want to enjoy my retirement and not feel like I'm missing out on anything. In 2019, we went to Costa Rica, fantastic family trip, and I had this hip pain that was just driving me nuts. I had no idea what it was. I thought that it might be arthritis or it might be old running injuries. Well, it turned out that it was just too many carbs in my life. I had no idea at the time how carbs were making me feel. There was this hill right off the beach in Manuel Antonio, and my son and my husband said, let's go up that hill and see what's up there. And I said, no, I'm just going to stay on the beach because I knew that my hip would be really, really sore afterwards. That made me angry. I thought, this is not me. I would usually jump at the chance to go and explore anything, anywhere. So that was one of the moments where I thought, listen, if I'm feeling like this now at 49, how am I going to feel when I'm 59 or 69? So how do you want your future to feel? You have to think of these things, right? Do you want to be able to pick up your grandchildren if you're lucky enough to have them? I do. Do you want to be able to pick up your own groceries and live in a 2-story house still? Or do you want to feel dread when you take a look at a flight of stairs? These are things that I do not want to be part of my future. So my mindset is all about making myself strong, making myself healthy for the future me. Your future you is begging you to make yourself healthy and have a healthy future. It's not going to be a quick fix here. This is not a 2-week crash diet where you lose 30 pounds and then you can go back to your old ways again. This is something that is, it's an everyday thing. It's something that you got to focus on every day. You got to dedicate yourself to it. I think in the book Atomic Habits, one of the things that struck me most about it was that the author said, when you're wanting to make a change, you're having to think of a new version of yourself, and everything that you do is a vote for your new identity. Making a new identity for yourself takes dedication. It takes a new set of frameworks, and hopefully this has helped you. Mindset is everything. If you think about your future and how you want to feel and be, it can make an enormous amount of difference for you. So there is the 4 frameworks in a nutshell today, not so much of a nutshell. Framework 1 was fasting. Framework number 2, food and drink. Framework 3, movement. And framework number 4, which I think is the most important of all of them, is mindset. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video today, and stay tuned for lots more of them. If you've got lots of value out of this, I encourage you to like and subscribe and to share with somebody who needs this information today. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next one.